Hello everyone, I'm Chrissy and welcome to the Chrissy B Show. Now, first of all, on today's program, we have Rihanna with the news.
Hello everyone.
How are you, my darling?
I'm very well.
With the lovely wave, the Queen's wave. And let's tell the viewers what else we have in store. Now, have you ever thought of having a complete career change? I'll be speaking with Claire Barratt, who went from a career in the police force to running her own bag design business, which the celebs absolutely love. And I'll also be talking to Leila Sekalala, founder of the Afro-Caribbean Salon Reviews website as well. And we have the self-development clinic with Chris Browne, and he'll be talking about how to add value to yourself. We'll also learn how to improve our posture with Jane Wrafter, and learning how to make a lovely beef mango salad with Hannah Richards. And of course, I'll be answering a question from one of you guys at home. But let's go to the news first with Rihanna.
Hi, Chrissy.
I must say, it's looking very sleek and slender because you've been working out.
I have, shedding those pounds.
How many have you shed?
I was, when I started, I think I was 11.5. Now I'm 11.1.
Hold on, are you telling everyone your weight?
Oh my gosh, am I not supposed to?
Well, I just think you're really brave.
Is that a bad thing?
No.
Oh.
She just told her. Well, because she doesn't actually look that much.
Yeah.
You're well done.
Don't see me when I'm standing
Good
up.
girl.
But yeah, I've really been going at it.
You're doing your hip hop abs.
Hip hop abs. I go to the gym. I don't really know what I'm doing at the gym, to be quite honest. I only go on the treadmill thingy, and there's another thingy, but I don't know what it's called. But it works.
We're matching today, aren't we?
I know, it's all red and there's little chairs and stuff. So I feel really good about myself.
Good, well
and I
done.
feel great. And
Okay, I'm sure the viewers are rooting for you because they were on this journey from the beginning with you,
from
weren't
the
they?
very beginning. So keep supporting me.
Okay. All right, so tell us what's in the news.
Well, the news that I have today. Now, I'm a very family person, and I came across a piece of news that really made me happy. David Cameron, now he has said that every new government policy will have to pass a family-friendly test.
Oh, good.
Which is good, because that's not something we really see all the time in politics. Kind of see that, you know, families are probably left out every now and then. But he did mention that he loves being a father, being married to his wife and 3 children, so it's only fair that to have a law that kind of accommodates family.
Yeah.
Don't know what you make of it.
That's nice. I mean, I don't obviously know what the ins and outs of it, but obviously I love families.
Yeah, family's a lovely thing. So when we have someone there, you know, in politics or in power, kind of emphasising the need for family and unity, kind of pushes people to be like, yeah, I'm going to stick through it. Don't get along with my sister, but I will now. Not saying that I don't.
No, it's nice because that's kind of lost in today's society, isn't it? Everyone's just doing their own thing, and now, I suppose with the rise of the internet and social media and stuff, people don't talk very much anymore.
No,
so
they don't.
Anything that will help that situation or get people together.
It will, really do.
Yeah.
Actually, talking about social media and Wi-Fi, I came across a cafe that says they wrote right?
Yeah.
On a chalkboard, and they said,
we're getting our words mixed up.
Really, I'm telling you. And they wrote it there saying no Wi-Fi, so please talk to each other.
Oh, that's nice.
I just laughed. I took a picture of it. I sent it to my sister because when we're at home, everyone's on the phone, even my mum. Really? And we're right there. So we have this thing now where it's, you know, no mobile phones.
I really try not to look at the phone when I'm out filming with my husband.
But you're always tempted, aren't you? I've seen your pictures.
Well, yeah, I kind of take pictures of my food and I post them on Instagram because I'm a foodie as well. So yeah, it's kind of hard. I'm better than what I used to be.
Which is good,
very
good. And another thing, I never quite seem to understand why women take so long to get ready, especially when they already know they have somewhere to go. It's always, I'll be ready in 15 minutes, but 15 minutes is really 2 hours. So,
I don't take 2 hours to get ready. How long do you take?
I don't think that's the kind of number I want to disclose.
Oh, but you just tell everyone your weight and you don't want to...
My weight is not a bad thing, but honestly, even my mum complained about it. Probably around 2 hours. I really don't know how. You know, you get lost, you know, you're so involved in what you're doing and you just realise, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be getting ready, and you've been doing other things and you're not really getting ready. So that's different. That adds up. But when I'm actually getting ready, if I was concentrating, I'd say 1 hour.
Right, okay.
That's not bad, is it?
No, it's good.
But women normally take so long. So apparently there's this new product, well, a sample of products that says you can get ready in 15 minutes. So husbands don't need to panic, mothers don't need to panic because sometimes they take long as well. Everything done really quickly. There's a blow dryer for hairspray where you can blow dry your hair within 5 minutes, and sometimes it takes really, really long to blow dry your hair. get your tan sorted.
What kind of hair
I
dryer is
know.
it?
It must be a super thing because it comes with its own spray. So quick spray, and once you blow dry, it kind of helps your hair get drier quicker.
Oh.
So that should be a good thing.
Yeah.
I hope so.
What else is there?
They have, let me see here. They have this cream for your nails to help it dry quickly. You know, you want your nails to match your bag, to match your shoes. And sometimes when you paint it, you have to sit there, wait for what, 10, 15 minutes. But we'll put the cream on, put your nail
They already
varnish
have
on,
those kind of products though.
spray.
I'd like to see what would be different.
Works a treat.
Oh.
So it should be lovely. I mean, if it helps women get ready quicker, I think it's the best.
And men, because they take long too sometimes.
I wouldn't.
They do.
Really?
My
Men?
hubby takes quite long.
That's a bit scary.
But he always smells nice, so that's the benefit.
Lovely. Now, mothers can be very overprotected over their children. So this mother, I think she did something very, very creative. Now, she served in the Gulf War, so she's created an app where she can access her son's phone and lock it, like block it, shut it down if he refuses to answer her calls.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh.
When I came across this news, I had to laugh.
Maybe he can't answer his phone.
Because sometimes, you know, I sometimes do it with my mother when I'm in the middle of something and she's calling me and I really can't answer, so I don't want to press ignore. So I just let it ring and I let it ring and it keeps on ringing until it goes to voicemail. So after I finish, I'll call her back straight away and say, I'm really sorry, I was busy.
Well, at least you're not locking her up.
But sometimes, you know, we have it happens by accident. Sometimes you can press the button. I mean, with the iPhone, everything is just touch, touch, touch. So you can accidentally ignore the call.
You didn't do it by accident.
But no, I haven't done that. But sometimes I can get a bit clumsy. And, you know,
I have been tempted, I have to admit, to not answer the phone when Mum calls, because if I am really busy, but I can't do it. I just say, Mum, can you call me back in like 5 minutes because I'm in the middle of something. Unless I'm in a meeting or something and I really can't physically pick up the phone,
Yeah, but what she's done is amazing. And for you to unlock, it actually locks the phone, and then when you press the button, it says, for you to unlock it, call Mum.
Oh my gosh.
Because she's the only one with the code.
That's genius.
That is genius. And for a woman as well, it's absolutely amazing, because sometimes a lot of people that make apps tend to be males. So for a female to do this, I think it's excellent. I absolutely love it.
They got the brains, you know, Rihanna. We've got the brains.
Yes, we do. And we are amazing. Something else that I came across was about baggage overload. Now, you did say men do tend to take long when getting ready at some point.
Some do, yeah.
But also, in this study, it shows that 24% of Brits have spent an average of £32.50 on extra capacity, overweight, you know, packing their bags too much. And it's like every journey, on the way to wherever and on the way back.
Yeah.
And they found that it's the men who have the most.
Are we talking about when they go on holiday and stuff?
When they go on holiday, they pack the most and they only use, well, not even half of the items they've packed.
Men, really? I'm surprised.
I was surprised as well. I would have thought it was women. I mean, the amount of stuff I drag, even if I'm going away for 4 days. I've got like 10 pairs of shoes, 10 different outfits. You never know, one for the day, one for the night. But even with that, it's not as heavy as the men's. Wow. So imagine spending all of that. If you put that all together in a year, that's a lot of money. So you could save some if you just pack light. You know,
but it's always a thing though, oh, what if I need it when I'm away and stuff?
Buy something over there.
I'm surprised,
But it's really good. Do I have something else? Yes, I do.
Just one more before we go to the break.
I like white teeth. I like it straight and clean. However,
white teeth?
Yeah, white teeth. Okay. I know, I come up with these really awkward newses, but it's really good. You know, you want to have that Colgate smile. But the studies found that sometimes the most expensive toothpaste are not really good for your teeth.
Oh, really?
It's really scary. But you know, behind the toothpaste, they have these stickers, green, blue and black. I never noticed it before, and it shows the amount of chemicals that they have on it. So the most expensive ones seem to have a lot more chemicals, and they do more damage to your teeth than good. So if you want those pearly whites, just be safe. It's not always about the money. It's just about getting it clean and pretty.
Definitely. Oh gosh, I'm worried now. I'm going to check my toothpaste.
You better just do that. That's the best thing I did. Check my toothpaste. Is it green? Is it red?
So what's the good one?
The good one is green.
Oh, it's actually like a green amber, as in traffic lights.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right, that's interesting. I'm definitely going to check. Thank you so much, Rihanna.
You're welcome, Chrissy.
But do stay around because we're going to have some wonderful success stories, because after the break we'll first be taking a look at our fitness tip from Jane, and we'll also be speaking with Claire Barratt about her successful business. So do join us after this.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to the show. Now, before I meet my first guest, let's take a look at this cooking tip with Hannah Richards. She's making a healthy beef mango salad.
Hello and welcome to the Move 360 kitchen. My name's Hannah Richards and today I'm going to make a beef mango salad. So I'm starting off with cooking some rump steak here. You can use filet, rump, sirloin, any type you like. I always try and get the best quality meat, either going to your butcher or getting a good organic steak. And in the meantime, we'll prepare the salad. So the basis of the salad is a carrot, which you're going to just peel, okie dokie. That's the basis of the salad. Then you're going to take a mango. These are green mangoes. The harder the better, and I'm again just going to peel some of that mango over the top of the carrot into the salad. There we go, that'll do. I'm going to season him a little bit with some salt, some pepper. I like my steak fairly medium rare, so I'm not going to cook him too long because I want him to be quite pink in the middle. Some spring onions. Now these guys can be potent. Top and tail them, and then try and give them a nice thin chop because they want to be thin in the salad, and put them over the top of the mango. The great herb that goes with this dish is coriander, and I don't think you can have enough coriander. It's great with lime as well. So cut 2 limes up and squeeze the lime. Don't be afraid to really juice them with your hands. You don't really need a juicer at all. There we go. Beautiful. A splash of fish sauce. A splash of soy sauce. And a splash of balsamic. And just scatter your beef on top. Sprinkle it with your coriander. Tidy it all up around the edges. And there you have it. Beef mango salad. Why wouldn't you?
That looked yummy, Hannah. Thank you very much. And I'd like to introduce Claire from Claire Barratt.
Hi there.
How are you, my love?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thanks so much for coming on. Because
No, it's my
I absolutely love the business that you have, because we are going to show the viewers a few little gifts that I got from Claire today. But first of all, tell us, you used to be a policewoman.
I did, yeah.
What was that like?
I loved it, and I really do miss it. It was something I always wanted to do from leaving school. That's what I wanted to be. But I had my first child quite young, so that obviously took priority basically, and it was a case of raising him and just working jobs just to bring in the money. I applied for the police, didn't think I'd get in because I've not got a great deal of qualifications under my belt, but I did it with determination.
Wow, well done.
And I loved it. I met my husband John through the police, and we got married in 2010. And Clarabella was born just shortly after we were married in the August.
Right. So, but how did it come about? First of all, explain what Clarabella is.
Okay, Clarabella is a brand that I founded, and she's basically a character brand. Now she's personalised, so the character that I've created, anybody that gets the character on a bag or a hoodie, whatever they're doing, they create themselves. So it's their skin tone, hair, eyes, their name. They personalise themselves in my character. So it's great, it's a really playful thing. But originally it started with myself and John had a caricature drawn in Paris when we were there, 2009 I think it was. And the eyes that he'd drawn on this drawing were great, and I said I'd love those, not the other character around it, because I'm quite long-faced on it. John looked like Mr. Bean, and I was just
scared to do a caricature.
Well, I know that's what, when you look at it and you think, do I really look like that? But he'd done the eyes really well, and I said I'd love them to be on a bag or a purse or something that's with me all the time.
Yeah.
So I've always been really artistic. I took the eyes off the drawing, my own version of, so I redrew them and created a really simple character around it.
Wow.
And that character was based on me, how I wished I'd look on a day-to-day basis, big hair, slim waist, when really I'm a mother and I'm running around. So she was
you're
born
gorgeous. Gorgeous mother.
Not really, but yeah, so she was born that way. I'd made and created the first bag. I took it into work into the police. I worked in police custody, so the cells basically. One of my best friends, who I have the pleasure of used to work with every day, she ran me down to the staff canteen and said, look what Claire's made, it's amazing. And I got my first 2 orders from that point, but had to borrow the money off my mum because I had nothing to be able to create these orders to complete the first 2 orders. So Clarabella was born off a loan really by my mum of £30 because she always says I'm an investor. She says because I put the first in. Friends, family, work, it snowballed that way really, and I just kept pushing.
How did you keep up with it if it was like going so fast?
It was horrendous in all honesty. No, it really was, because I was working all the hours with the police. I was trying to spend time with my husband. He was working with the police, the kids, everything. I was working all day and coming home and working till 2, 3 in the morning painting bags. Yeah, then up again, kids to school, back to work, back again. So it became, it was difficult. John was building my website at the same time. So while I was painting, he was building the website and taking care of like the correspondence, the emails and everything else. So the amount of times I found myself sat on the stairs in my hallway crying and saying, I can't do it. You know, it was such hard work, and it still is. But I think the determination to want it to succeed outweighs all of that.
Brilliant.
So.
Now, I'd just like to show, because you did a little design for me,
Yeah,
didn't you? Shall we show that up on the screen? I absolutely loved it. And thanks for giving me so much more hair than what I've actually got.
It's very big, you see. That's the Clarabella hair.
And look, these are some of the things, these are some of my gifts I just had to show you guys because I absolutely love them. So these are the hoodies that you do.
Yeah, they were the first thing that we did after the original bag.
That's me on a hoodie with my name. I was so excited. I'm like a little child, aren't I?
No, but it's great. It's all fun.
This is why people get so excited, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's
got my own apron with my name on it.
I said, if you don't bake, it's for when you're making cocktails. I wear mine when I'm making cocktails because I can't.
Love this one. I know my friends are just going to want one. I know when they see this.
So that's the original.
This is the original that you started with.
Yeah, jute bag, and it was originally they were all painted by me.
Yeah.
Each and every one, and it's grown to the scale now where we've got about 11 artists that work painting the bags.
Are you quite particular with them, like to make sure they get it the way you do it?
Yeah, at first when we want it to grow, because there's only so much I can do. I was very much, how do I teach somebody to do something that's so personal to me? And it's freehand.
Yeah.
So it was a process, but the artists are fantastic. They do a brilliant job.
Now the celebs are really into these, aren't they?
Yeah.
What's happened there? Tell us about that.
Originally, that was a way for me to get the brand more out there so people could see it that were in my circle. So I've gone onto Twitter, and Chloe Sims and a couple of the other Only Ways Essex girls had seen them and said, they're fab, you know, we've not seen anything like it. They were the first.
Just shows how vain we are, doesn't it? We just want to walk around with bags of ourselves. Like, well, it beats like walking around with like a supermarket bag.
Yeah, exactly. They're more glamorous, and that's the thing. And they attract that attention and that conversation starter of where did you get it from? But so I gifted them, and they ended up on series 2 of The Only Ways Essex.
Wow.
There was in the newspapers, Daily Star. It was just everywhere. So it literally went from something so small with me borrowing that money off my mum to something that was just.
How does it feel to see like celebs?
It's amazing, but it's not just celebs. We was walking through London today, myself and my husband, we'd been for something to eat, and walking towards me was a woman with one of my bags, and I still go, look, you know, it's still that excitement of that's something that was born from me, and it's just phenomenal, really. Never in a million years.
What about future plans for the business? What would you say?
I've got massive. I think the sky's the limit with it. I always think at first I'd never thought I'd see it on a hoodie, let alone a suitcase or anything else, and I would, you know, like the stores like Cath Kidston on high streets, I would love it to be like that. So to see high street stores of Clarabella, or in major high street retailers. That you know, that would just be amazing. But just to see it grow, really, it's grown so much in 4 years that I can't wait to see where it does eventually get to.
Now, it's quite a scary thought because, as you said, you're very, very busy. How do you actually keep balance with like family and other commitments? Because obviously it's hard to be a businesswoman, isn't it?
It is, but I've got a great support with my family. My mum's a great support. It's hard sometimes when the kids come up, especially in the holidays at the minute, and Mum, can we go out? And you're not at school, but I'm at work, and I know I work from home, but I've got to work. So it's trying, because they're quite young as well. It's trying to get them to understand that my job, I do it if I'm not away at home. So it's difficult, but they've dealt with it for 4 years now, so they get in there. But it sometimes, but we've tried that. It was a bit of a chaotic
version of
it. We've got them. They're all over, but. Yeah, it's difficult, and sometimes, you know, we have to say we can't come here, we can't do that, we've got this to do. There's a lot of swapping and changing between parents helping out, and it's difficult and it's hard, and sometimes it's a struggle, but it is worth it.
But you're making it, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, Claire, you're going to stay with us because after the break, we're going to be joined by another very successful business lady, so do join us after this.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back. Now, before I meet my next guest, let's take a look at this fitness tip with Jane Wrafter.
Hi everyone, welcome to your fitness tip for the day. I'm Jane. I want to show you today something that will help to improve your posture. So posture is really important for looking good. You know, you can be a slinky size 8, or as a guy, you know, you might be a perfect size in theory, but if you don't carry yourself well, you're not going to look good. So if you look around when you're on the bus or whatever, you'll see that so many people have slumpy forward shoulders, protruding abdominals, and we need to pull the abs in and draw the shoulders back. I'm going to show you an exercise that if you do this every day will really make a difference to your posture. So if you feel that you're developing slopey shoulders, maybe you work at a desk a lot, or you drive, or you just have a tendency to do this, this exercise will strengthen the muscles here around the back of the shoulder, as well as the lower back and the upper back, and really help to draw the shoulders back. Okay, so let me get on and show you. If you want to join in, pop down on the floor with me and hold hands with yourself behind your back like this. Okay, and then sort of squeeze your shoulder blades together. So I'm lifting the tips of my shoulders away from the floor and bringing the shoulder blades in towards each other, and then lift your hands off your bum slightly, and then if you just float your chest up like this, it will initiate your back extensors, the muscles in your lower back, and that puts strength in your lower back. So we're going to lift up. Now I want you to just check my chin. It's tucked in. Okay, so my chin is not here. That'll put pressure in the back of your neck. So stay looking down at the floor, squeeze the shoulder blades, and if you want to work the backs of your arms as well, really lock on your arms and straighten them. And then if you just let go of your fingers without letting your arms float apart, so they stay nice and narrow, and then you can relax, put your head to one side, let your shoulders come forwards. I'll take you through it again, guys. Okay, so you hold hands with yourself behind your back. You bring your shoulder blades in towards each other, float your hands off your bottom, push your hands back towards your feet, float your chest up, straighten your arms, keep breathing, let go with your fingers and hold, breathe and hold, keep the shoulders retracted, and then relax. Now this doesn't look intense, but trust me, it is. And if you're doing it with me, you'll know. I'm going to do one more with you guys. Clasp your fingers, float your chest, lift your arms away from your body, release the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades, nice deep breath, and relax. Now when you've done a few of those, I'm going to recommend that you do about 8, okay, 8 at a time. You want to have a nice stretch, so push yourself up and sit back. and that will just allow your lower back to stretch out as well as the upper back as well. Okay, so get stuck into those and we'll all be walking proud with great posture. Okay guys, see you next time.
Thank you very much, Jane. And we're all sitting up nice and straight now, aren't we, girls? So I'd like to introduce also Layla Sekalala. Hello, Layla.
Hi, Chrissy.
How are you?
I'm all right.
You good?
Yes, I am.
All right, so now you're also a fellow businesswoman who also has a family, and you're also very busy. So you heard what Claire was saying about, you know, being a struggle. Would you agree with that? Is it quite difficult to have a business?
It is quite difficult to try and do it all.
Yeah.
And I've only been doing the business for about 1.5 years, and I've kept my full-time job, and I've got a 4-year-old. So it's a lot. And if you don't have a support system, like she mentioned, you just will not be able to do it. I don't think. I wouldn't do it if I didn't have a strong support system behind me.
And who supports you? Is it your husband?
My husband.
Yeah.
He's going to be so excited about this.
I
never really compliment him in the moment, but it does help to have somebody else who can take care of the child. That's
a huge help, isn't it?
It's a huge thing off my chest.
Thank you very much, Layla's husband. You're great. So tell everyone what your business actually is.
So Nose Crunchy is a website that people use to find salons.
Okay.
So the way that it works is that anybody can go on and review a salon.
Right.
And that helps to build a database of good salons, because the good salons rise up to the top of the reviews. Okay. And the bad salons sink down, and hopefully nobody goes to them anymore.
Right.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
So you definitely want your customers to find the best salons there are, to get the best, you know, the treatment and everything.
Yes. So I moved to the UK from Uganda about 10 years ago.
So talking of Uganda, we have lots of lovely viewers in Uganda. So your fellow Ugandan person. Okay.
So I moved here, and finding a good Afro salon is quite the task. And each time I'd find one, and the stylist would move, or something would change in management, and then I'd have to find somewhere else.
Okay.
And it's really hard because we've got so many different types of hairstyles. So I could find one that could relax my hair, but they couldn't braid my hair. Or they could braid my hair, but they couldn't do a weave. Or they could do a weave, but they couldn't color it. So it's such a process finding salons, because you need more than one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, and then I was doing some research into how do these salons, how come they're so bad? Because there's some that are really bad, no bathrooms, bad lighting, untrained stylists. And I kept thinking, how can this is the first world, this is not Uganda, how is this possible? And in checking, there is no state regulation for salons. And I was looking into the British Hairdressing Council, and they legislate and they register salons, but only 10% of the salons in the UK are registered, and 2% of those are Afro-Caribbean salons.
Oh my gosh. So
if there are 2,000 Afro-Caribbean salons in the UK, and only 2% of them are registered,
serious?
It's quite hard to find, who's good and
that means
who's
a lot
bad.
of people have bad experiences when they go.
Yes, but
so
then
that's
also
a great idea that you had then, wasn't it?
Thank you.
Yeah.
But we've kind of grown used to having the bad experiences. So when you sit in a room full of people with Afro-Caribbean hair, they'll all say, "Oh yeah, this salon's really bad, but I'm going to go back next week." And you think, no, we've got to find a point where we stop, because otherwise, when does it stop?
Definitely. So this is a great thing about, people that do start their businesses, because you saw a gap there. You saw that it wasn't, you needed to find great salons, but there was no one that offered that service where you can actually go and search for one, and even contribute to the website as well. So, but what was it actually drove you to do it? Because a lot of people think, I can't be bothered with this. I'm just going to carry on just looking for a salon for myself. What kind of kept you going motivated you to go ahead and do it?
So I talked about this for years, at least 4 years, I'm going to say. And every weekend I'd get up, and I live in Brentford, and I would go to Streatham, which is 1.5 hours on a Saturday, to get my hair done. I would spend all day in the salon, all day.
Yeah.
Half the time the salons wouldn't have bathrooms.
Oh, God.
So it was an excruciating experience. And every weekend I'd say, we talked about this with my husband, and we talked through the website, what it would have, what we would need. And then obviously I thought, it's too much work, I'm not going to do it. And then, you know, a few months later, I wake up, start moaning about going to the salon, and he says, if only there was a website where you could go and get your hair, you know, and you'd find a salon near you. And I thought, really? And I thought, well, whatever. I still trekked to
Did he get fed up of you moaning?
Exactly. And then about 2 weeks later, the same thing.
Yeah.
He said, oh, if only there was a website. I thought, you know what, zip it. And then, you know, this happened for a few months, and I thought, yeah, I could possibly do it, but it's so much work. You know, I have a baby. I had a baby. She was just 1 then. Thought, you know, I can't do this. And then I had this one experience where I got onto a bus, and this lady had amazing braids. Now, in London, when you approach someone on the bus, you know this, their first move is to just step back. And I'm like, oh my God, you've got amazing braids. And I'm gushing at her, and she's thinking, crazy woman, clearly. Like, please tell me where you did them, please. And she said, oh, it's a mobile stylist. She came to my house. Yeah. And I thought, just give me her number. And she thought, you know, she was quite shocked by this experience. And I missed a couple of stops. She gave me
to get the number for the braids.
She gave me this number. I was so excited. I got home. I said to my husband, oh, I've called this lady already. And she's coming home to do my hair and our daughter's hair.
And you want other people to know about it as well, don't you?
Yeah, but at that point, I'm like, so excited. And he said, so this lady that you met on the bus gave you a phone number, someone you don't know, and you've not got any reviews, no one's told you if she's good, no one's told you if...
So all the ideas coming together. Lily, we've got about a minute left.
Oh my God.
Oh, quick, tell us.
So that's how it started, because I thought, we can't keep going like this. Something has to change.
And how's the business going today? Because obviously you've come a long way since then.
Yeah, I think it's quite good. We've got about 500 salons listed. We've got a big award ceremony that's going to happen the second time this year. It happened last year and it was great. And it gives salons a chance to all take part. Yeah. It doesn't cost anything. They can come on. It's purely by reviews that you win. Wow. So if your customers think you're good, then you end up winning these awards. Excellent. And it helps bring the standards up.
Now, just before you both go, what would you say to other ladies, especially that want to start their own business? What quick advice would you give to them?
Start.
Yeah. Just do it. Just take the leap and see where you find yourself. Definitely, because you'll always wonder, what if, won't you, if you do? Yeah.
Is it worth a sacrifice, you would say?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And how about you? What advice would you give to ladies?
I would say write a plan.
Yeah.
And then start. Just do it.
Go for it.
Just do it.
That's what I like to hear on the show. Just go for it. Because, you know, I mean, you both look really happy and like fulfilled in what you're doing, and I suppose it's very exciting for you as well, isn't it, for both of you?
It's really rewarding, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. Yeah. It's much more rewarding than going to sit at my desk from 9 to 5.
Thank you so much, Lola. Thank you so much, Claire. It's been brilliant talking to you both, and I wish you all the best with your business.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so do stay tuned, because after the break, we'll be in the self-development clinic with Chris Browne, and he'll be talking about how to add value to yourself, and I'll also be answering a question from a viewer.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to the show. We're now in the self-development clinic with Chris Browne. But first of all, we'd just like to say happy anniversary to Claire and John, because it is their 4th year anniversary today.
Anniversary.
Happy anniversary. They're over there still.
Happy anniversary.
How are you, Chris?
I'm great, thank you very much. Chris, yourself?
I'm good, thank you.
Great.
We do have a question first from Claudia.
Okay.
Shall we answer that first? Yes. Okay, so she says, hi, Chrissy. And Chris, I suppose, because he always ends up giving a bit of advice for himself. Okay, I have just applied for a new job, but for the past few months, I never seem to hold a job down. Something always happens. Sometimes it's my fault, and others it's someone else's fault. I'm hardworking, but I'm beginning to get frustrated, anxious, and tired of always losing my job. What would Chrissy do? Now, I would be actually quite interested to know what is happening. Why are you actually losing the jobs? Is it mistakes that you're making? Is it disagreements that you're having with people? Is it accidents? Now, any of these can happen when you're not motivated. And the question is, why aren't you motivated? Are you going for any personal problems at the moment, for example? Because, you know, when we go through personal problems, it does affect our work performance. Now, you say it's only been the last few months that you can't hold down a job. So if it is due to a personal problem, I think you need to address this ASAP, not just for your work, but, you know, for your general well-being as well. Now, if you say that you don't have any personal issues, then it could be that you're applying for jobs that bring you no satisfaction. And if so, you'll be bored. You know, when people don't enjoy what they're doing, they get irritated, they get frustrated, they maybe sort of causes problems with other people. So you really need to sit down and think about this job. If it's personal problems, you know, address those as soon as possible. If it's not personal problems, it's, you know, you're not motivated for other reasons, find out what those reasons are and make sure that you're doing a job that you're actually enjoying, because if you're not, it will end up causing problems. I don't know what you want to add, Chris, to that.
It sounds to me like she's preempting the negative already before it's actually happened. And obviously, you know, as she's thinking that, she's actually projecting that as well. So it's bound to go that way. So we've got to reprogram the mind, rewire it, look at herself and see what she's really doing about that.
Yeah. Okay. Hope that's helped. And if you have a question for me at home, if you have a question as well, you can email me on chris@chriscbshow.tv. So Chris, how do we add value to ourselves?
Right, okay, adding value to yourself. This is a great one, you know, because we think about this. Actually, let me just ask you a question. You know the whole thing of adding value to yourself, the word value in itself says something. Think about this. You're in a house and you've got to get out, God forbid, within 30 seconds. Right? You've got to get out in 30 seconds and you've got to grab something. What would you grab in your house?
My husband.
Great stuff. Good
Definitely
answer.
My husband.
That's great. Because I said the same thing as good. Well, not your husband, my wife, you know, but yeah, I said the same thing. Right, but thing about, yeah, exactly. Now, obviously, there's an invested interest in this. So we're talking about something of value to you. Think about employers, anybody, your business you do and everything. There's got to be an invested interest. So you've got to think, what value do you need to add to yourself as well to make yourself valuable in a job market? Not in the job market only, just generally as a person yourself as well. Now, in saying that, you've got to work out, well, what do you want to achieve? I always talk about this, your goal. What do you want to achieve? So just say you've worked out what you want to achieve. Now that you've worked out what you want to achieve and you're thinking, you know, sometimes you get in that place where you think, well, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Oh, I don't know this, I don't know that. And you start thinking of what you're lacking already. All right, let's reverse that. Let's stop thinking about what we're lacking and let's start thinking about what do I need to do to add value to myself, to gain a skill to be able to achieve that goal. Yes. Now, in being able to...
People sometimes give up at that point. They say, well, I don't have that, so let me just not bother. When in fact, you can acquire a lot of things.
Exactly. Or they think they can't work at that skill instead. So they've stopped before they've even started. Now, we've got to work out exactly what kind of skill you actually need, right? And in working out what kind of skill you need, think about this. You've got people like, what's that driver's name? Lewis Hamilton, right? All right, we know he's been training since he was a child, right? But I'm sure he had to learn how to take the corner, how many times, over and over and over, right? So it could be anything, a business you're starting or something you really wanted to do. I'm trying to think of something off my head, there's absolutely something physical, something you really want to do. Don't automatically think, well, I've got to go and learn that skill. Sometimes you've got to learn that certain part of it over and over to achieve the confidence to do it and be skilled in that area only.
Right.
Yeah, you think about golfers taking that swipe all the time. They've got to go over just one little bit. Might be the way they twist their wrist. Just doing that alone all the time is going to make you better. So you've got to work out to pinpoint, what do I need to learn, right? Okay, now talking about what we need to learn, the other thing is something that is always said, and it's funny, I was talking to a member of staff just a while ago, a colleague, and said, I don't have the time, right? A lot of people say, we don't have the time. And it's because we live this busy life, but it's very busy all the time and think, oh, we ain't got the time, but you have got that time. Think about it.
We've got two mums that have done it. That came on the show today.
There you go, exactly. And I celebrate you guys on that because I thought about when I was there. When you think you haven't got the time, we've got, as I always say, 24 hours in the day, right? 8,000.
And plus they're using the resources that they have. Their
husbands.
There you go. Oh, wow. Their husbands are helping them. So.
Part of that, yeah, as well. So you think about it, 8,760 hours for the year, right? You've got to get some time in there. It's just being disciplined and working out, what do I need to cut back on to actually go away and learn what I need to learn to add value to myself, right? Okay, now, as you just said, they've got that support around them as well, which helps, right? Think about somebody who hasn't got that support as well. Still, you have got that time. You've just got to be disciplined and realize, if I really want this thing that badly, I'm going to take that little time out to do that, right? Now, talking about, let's go to the whole area of speed learning, being able to learn something. Do you know they say it takes, or a study done that there's 10,000 hours to actually learn something, to be proficient, expert in it, right?
Really?
But they've worked out now, recently, that it doesn't, think about it.
That's
Well, let's study
actually.
it does, doesn't it,
Right.
automatically.
Yeah.
But the fact about it, they've worked out that it doesn't have to be that way. It can actually be 40, which works
40?
out to be, yes, think about it, 10,000, we're talking about 40, works out to be something like 20 minutes. 20 minutes each day, right? Now, if you just took 20 minutes each day to study just that one bit alone, in the space of a month, you've already achieved it.
Wow.
Right? And I'd actually put that to the test with everybody. Just do it. Just do it. You've got something to learn. 20 minutes each day for a month and see if you haven't gained it already.
Wow.
You'll be very skilled in it.
That's achievable when you put it that way.
Yeah.
It's definitely achievable.
Not 10,000
No, I was saying that. I was like, blimey, I don't even
But funny enough,
starting.
10,000 hours is what we used to do for all the time.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about just 20 minutes. And funny, if I'm looking through it myself, I looked at certain areas and I thought, I need to develop in this. 20 minutes a day, that's okay. But the funny thing about it is those 20 minutes, you get a lot of distractions. You're going to get the telephone. You're going to get people calling you up. You're going to get this. You're going to get that. You've got to be disciplined about those 20 minutes and just work with that only, okay? Space of a month, you would have gained that skill, right? The other thing I'm going to say is this. Next one is to move on, right? Now that you've actually gained it, you've gained that skill, you've got to work out and kind of break down what's the next part I need to learn. Right? What's the next part I need to learn? Put those 5 together already. We're talking about adding value to yourself. You would have been more valuable in the space of a month, which makes you more valuable, invested interest to an employer, makes you more valuable, invested interest in your own business and what you're doing. Not about business only, you as a person as well. Just generally adding value to yourself. It's going to build your confidence, your self-esteem. Know who you are, what you're talking about and what you're doing.
Now, for the people that already have very low self-esteem and they don't believe in themselves that much, what would you advise for them?
People who don't believe in themselves very much, we were talking about this in the green room earlier on, it's a case of things that happened way back when we were younger, most of the time, or somebody telling you you're not good enough at the end of the day. Find that one thing that you are actually good at, right?
Yeah.
There's always someone who's going to say, oh, come on, you do that. Hey, that's the time to actually get up and say, yeah, and just work on that one area only and believe in that area, and it takes a step, bit by bit.
That's the thing, isn't it? Step by step.
And the thing is, we've got to filter our ears, you know. We've got these ears that are open 24/7, right? We can't go, oh, I don't want to listen to you. Shut up, right? They're open all the time, right? Excuse me.
At times you can.
Right? But we got to be able to filter out the negatives.
Yeah,
Somebody tells you you're not good at this, that, and hey, that's okay, that's their opinion. That doesn't mean that's true, right? Somebody tells you you're good at something, digest it. Work on it, embrace it, say thank you and go with it. Yeah, build yourself up from there.
Chris, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
And we'll see you again next time.
Yes.
So there you go, how to add value to yourself. And it sounds achievable, definitely sounds achievable because it is achievable.
Yes, it
definitely.
is, it is.
All right, that's great. Okay, so we have reached the end of today's program. So if you want more information about the show and any of our guests, you can visit the website chrissybshow.tv, and also don't forget to go and like the Facebook page. We have a competition running on there at the moment. You can go to the Chrissy B Show, like the page and answer the question there. I'd just like to leave you with this before we go. If you're not happy with the way things are going in your life, but your career or another area of your life, remember that you have the power to change it. So don't waste any more time and do something about it as soon as possible. See you again next time. Bye-bye for now.
Now, I think that the most interesting thing